Now, I want to take it way back to where it all started.
If an underlying issue and you don't know how to deal with that issue.
Yeah. Maybe, Mina, I'm just a dizzy character, my guy.
Hey, fuck you, don't talk to me.
We've got so many versions of the story. So I want to understand now the version that's the truth and nothing but the truth. Where is the confession statement coming from?
I'm saying there
Who
was a
consent
mix-up.
on that statement, on that confession statement?
So the first time I came to prison, I was scared.
Yeah.
But today is the very first time that I really come into contact with death.
Living with the addiction for 15 years, it's no small feat. She almost killed that person.
Yeah, I almost killed that person, I know.
So I want to understand that strength, the ability.
Now, you can come as an army when you come to prison. But once you enter in reception, you are alone. There's nothing your friend can do for you.
Three, two, one. Camera is rolling. Sengiqalile njalo Ramesh. Ukwabona uPenwell the God Pen. It got a conversation. Grace and peace. It's that Sunday again. It's that time. Siyazi ukuthi masekushawa 12 p.m. USkeem usuke sekasemascreenini, usuke sekase-TV, kuma-tablet, kuma-iPad, ngayi usemafonini wethu amancane amakhulu namahle, ama-Android, nama-iPhone 15. Ladies and gentlemen, bogogo nabomkhulu, ontwana abancane nabomama. Nalaba bahle nababi ama-gents. uThemba Lukhele uyanibingelela egameni likaJesu. Amen. Vandag ngihleli out yami reformed, revived, rehabilitated, everything. My brother, I'm gonna start lapha ku 19-year-old. But yeah, let us just do the proper introduction. So in the Bible, there's a story there that talks about inkanyezi, and that talks about Funda le lion. The wise come from the east. He comes from the East End, in the east of Johannesburg, Eden Park. La kuphethe khona uDino Peterson. My brother, grace and peace. Please greet people at home and tell them who you are, my brother.
Yeah. Thank you, Themba. My name is good afternoon, everyone.
My name is good afternoon. There was
No, I did.
No,
I
carry
needed
on.
to greet people. I introduce myself.
No, carry on, brother.
Yeah.
No problem.
My name is Gladston. Booysen. My nickname is Pawela, and I'm from Eden Park. Yeah.
Many are Gladston. There's only one person I know. Abazalwane if niyamazi uNtate Gladston Botwane, Bishop Botwane, Bishop ka Benjamin Dube. Imento ka Bishop Benjamin Dube. You are the second person. Oh Gladston. Ngizokubiza uG for the record for vandag. My brother. All right. Let's dive in manje. Let's just slide into this thing. Where are you coming from exactly? Because the environment, they talk about the association, and somebody said it brings assimilation. And that place and the association, anywhere where you say pack, we know sometimes there's a serious problem. Arla pack, Rache pack, Eden pack, you name them. There's an issue there by the packs. What is the issue there by the packs, my guy?
Yeah. No, me, I'm coming from a very, very, very nice location. Eden Park is to date one of the, so to say, only colored locations in Jersey that doesn't have gangsterism or open gangsterism.
Okay.
Yes, we have a problem with drugs. We have a problem with stealing and alcohol, but luckily there's not a lot of lives that was lost through gangsterism in Eden Park, because we know all colored locations are known for gangsterism. They are synonymous with gangsterism. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from. And like you're saying, a location with great people like Dino Peterson, the game changers. You understand? So that's where I'm coming from.
Hey, my guy. I used to have an M3. So in number plate, it was written Power 3. I used to take it there in Sesenabo leadership. So there was a guy of ours there. His name was Francis. They that old Madala. And then I still speak to his sons. He was the best guy in town with
Yes,
fixing
still
the cars.
is.
Yeah,
Still
and he's still the
is.
best, eh?
Still, he
Ah,
stays
fr-
about 3 houses from me. His
Is it?
workshop, yes.
Yeah, and another thing, interesting part, so that they know good day, I'm not a Fagazile here, I know what I'm talking about. That Eden Park Muna, the streets, the roads there. When you read there, we're talking about cars. There's
Yeah.
Ford there, there's Ferrari there.
Yeah, there's
See that?
Maserati. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only cars. It's only cars.
Who came with that concept?
I don't know. I really don't know. I found it like that.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
But I
It's,
think it's a dope concept, though.
Yeah.
I know it's a surname of a human being somewhere in America,
Yeah.
but everything now it's harmony Mbele, what
Yeah.
The next thing, this guy is doing nonsense, he's selling nyaupe.
yeah. And
He's
you're
selling-
staying in that street.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least it's a car. The
Yeah.
car can't put me. You see.
Yazi kasi yami ne, when we wanted to ferreya mina, when we went and we wanted some girls, we knew, my man, because we wanted the one with different texture. They were like, hey, now we know people are dying for weaves and don't
Yeah.
So we used to go there, Muna, and
Yeah.
go scout there with my guy
Yeah.
Utulan. We were doing flying cuts, and Macy's there, and OC's
Eish.
Ngabra.
Hey, the best, my brother.
Yeah.
Hey, the best.
Hey, Marai, they drink there, they would swear, my man. Hey, Muna.
Aye, man, that is a culture that someone saw somewhere else, and is putting an umbrella over all colored cherries. They
Yeah.
are not all like that. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
What I know about most of them,
Mhm.
almost 80-90% of them are career driven.
Decent people.
They are decent people.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, so it's not every. Yes, there are people, there are girls, beautiful girls drinking, but I came to understand that drinking, extensive drinking, especially
Yeah.
in drugs, are brought about because you have an underlying issue and you don't know how to deal with that issue.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Hey, you are representing a big community, my guy. I know G has done exceptionally well. He said,
Yeah.
no, I want to stand up and be counted.
Yeah.
He's leading, he's the leader of the pack now.
Yeah.
But I don't want to rationalize this thing and then say colored and say. You must understand, Guti, also the PA, it's not only or predominantly the colored people, but it's
Yes.
not a colored party.
Yeah, it's not the
They
colored
always
party.
wanted to be vocal about that. I know DP as well, Kenny, he's been on and on about it, and they've done exceptionally well, I must say.
Yes.
So influence, we see it all over and everywhere.
Yes.
Because they felt good. No, Tina, as a community, we are marginalized. But why there's that seclusion, my guy? Before we get into your story, when you look at the colored, where they are dominant, there's always that thing of it's more like they are living in an island. That is why I
Yeah.
was mentioning and referring to the parks. Okay, park,
Yeah.
park. Yeah, where is this thing coming from? Even if you're at work, you should understand there would always be that thing, and there will be the colored. It's more like someone wants to be an island or a spotlight somewhere there.
Yeah.
Why there's that thing?
From where I'm sitting,
Mm.
I think colored, it has always been pushed aside by everyone. We are not always black enough or always white enough to understand. We always feel pushed aside, and then came like you said, came Kenny Kunene and Gayton McKenzie. I love what they are doing. Without expressing or pressing too much on color, they are giving us a voice now. You understand? And I'm saying Kenny first because someone will say, does he say, like you just said, does he say colored party? But then there's Kenny Kunene and Kenny's not the colored. Do you understand? But he's pushing the same thing because from where he's standing, he can also see what most of the colors are seeing. You understand? So I love what they are doing. I love what they are doing. And no, we are not on an island. I think that thing of always having been pushed aside we maybe we got used to it and we started to love the way that things were.
Maybe Mina, I'm just a dizzy character, my guy. I don't see color when I look
Yes.
at people. Whether you are white, there's no middle. It's just a gray area, chief. I've got
Yes.
no white, no black. Yes, for segregation and all of that, and for the sake or for the record, we would obviously classify it as white or black. But honestly, I believe Uguti, we are just spirit beings, and we are just pushing. If it was for that, you wouldn't find an Indian dating white,
Mm.
or you find a black dating a colored. It
Yes.
was going to be a taboo. But
Yes.
people who are like me, Tina Chief, no, there's no gray area, Chief. We are just pushing. We are living life,
One way.
to the fullest. All right, let's just go back to your issue. I just wanted to get that sense in the field because
Yeah.
a lot of people, when you are mentioning, once you say colored, it's sort of you are classifying, and you are marginalizing. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And this is a very powerful community. I am seeing it in the Western Cape. Things are happening, but the problem is I can now change the narrative and now zoom into the Zulu speaking people and talk and mention the phrase Inkabi. Hey, Chief.
Hey.
Hey, that's a popular terminology, and that's a popular trend in our country now, where people are killing people like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But when people are arrested, there would always be a Zulu speaking person,
Yeah.
or a Zimbabwean speaking person. So now, also in the Western Cape, there is that culture as well.
Yes.
I remember when we were doing business with the 18, he brought our containers and stuff. So he gave me an opportunity. We pushed, but I saw that we are gravitating towards positivity. But there's that, stumbling block. There's a cloud that's hovering over the people's mind. So I saw a video trending the other day, guys carrying rifles and they're shooting in the dark. And I could tell, good man, yeah, it's hectic. It's more like you are in Bosnia. You are in the battlefield. So other people, they take that, if it's coming from a certain community, immediately they brand you with that certain behavior. I'm sure you know what I mean. That's
Yes.
where we were coming from when we were discussing the issue of the color, the issue of the color, the Zulus, the Nkabis, and all of that.
Yes.
So, what brings you here, my guy? You have a testimony. We want to
Yeah.
listen to your testimony. So let's
Yeah.
talk about you now as a character, as a person.
Yeah. First and foremost, I'm a recovering drug addict.
Yeah.
I've been addicted to hardcore drugs for 22 years. And by grace, I am 7 years and about 20 days today that I'm clean of drugs and alcohol and everything. Uh, I'm an ex-convict. I'm coming out of prison, and I've been to prison up and down for almost half of my life. But now that I'm outside, now that I have a different perspective, now that I'm sitting and I'm quiet and I see what's going on around me, I feel that I'm taking away from my community by staying silent with what I know. Um, I met a lot of people who are glamorizing using drugs in prison, and it is wrong. There's no glamour in prison. There is no glamour in prison. There is no glamour in doing drugs. Uh, y- me as a person, when I started as a a teenage boy, I already took away from my still to be born children. Do you understand? Because being a drug addict, I already pushed aside being a parent, being a grown up, being responsible and everything. Do you understand? So I was just loving. And now I'm coming out of prison now for the last time and I see what is happening in my community and what knock I had on my community. I thought, nah, man, it's time that I stood up and bring about a positive change. Um, let me remind someone that would listen, especially young children, that this thing, there's nothing for you in here because it doesn't add anything, nothing, not a little bit to your life. It only takes away from you.
All right. Now, I want to take it way back to where it all started, to where it all began, where you can you trace and track back to that day when you started smoking, when you started doing or behaving in a way that it was unbecoming.
Uh, let me put this out there first. Me personally, and most of the people that I speak to, especially because I move around a lot with recovering drug addicts like me, it is very difficult. It is almost impossible to remember the day before
Yeah,
you started. You can't remember who you are.
yeah.
But vividly, I know I was a teenage boy. Was coming out of our house. My mother is she's a church woman and she's a prayer warrior.
Mm.
But my best friend, my neighbor, his parents were drinking alcohol, so I always had the gap to go there if I wanted to be naughty. Up until I started to experiment with alcohol with my friend and with cigarettes also, but I was always hiding it from, so my mother wouldn't know. And then I wanted the alcohol w- pushed me out there. I wanted to be included.
Yeah.
I felt like an outcast standing here one side. Yes,
You
like
wanted to
the
belong.
yeah, holy boy. No, I wanted to belong. I also feel that I felt bullied at that time. So if I was going to be in the circle amongst everyone, they
Yeah.
were not going to. I was not going to stick out like a sore thumb. I was going. The bullying was going to subside, and so I started to hang out with people still in school. And it wasn't before. It wasn't long before I was hanging out with grown-ups, and these grown-ups they were committing crime already, but I didn't commit crime then.
Mhm.
And then one day, while hanging out with these grown-ups, me and two of my friends, they are just a little older than me. We assaulted. We really badly assaulted someone, and this person went to the police station and opened up a case. He identified us,
Mm.
and about a day later, we were arrested. And then it was Boksburg.
You.
So it was my first introduction to Boksburg. Uh, Coming into
How
Boksburg,
old?
19. I was
Okay.
19 years
Okay.
old. Uh, and I didn't know anything about prison. So here came this boy into this place. Now, you can come as an army when you come to prison.
Mhm.
But once you enter in reception, you are alone.
Mm.
There's nothing your friend can do for you.
That's powerful. Mm.
Yeah. Uh, the survival instinct already automatically kicks in. Um, we were separated, sent to different cells. I was the youngest, so they sent me to the juvenile cell within a section. Boksburg, in the trial section, there's the first two or three cells were for
56, 57, 58.
no, no, it was the side. It was
Yeah.
79,
Seven,
78, and
oh,
77. Yes.
yeah. Oh,
That
Ngisemambuzeni, 57. That's where I was.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. By the stuff. Mm. Mm.
yeah. So I was staying there and my two friends were on that side, but it was hectic. Them, I'm telling you, it was hectic.
Mm.
It was hectic coming into an environment where you don't know anyone, you don't understand what's happening here, and everyone has that look of wanting to attack you. So you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. I don't know where to stand, I don't want to intrude, I don't want to cross boundaries. So I was very scared. That I think that counts as one of the moments of my life where I was the most scared.
Mm.
Uh, I know now that I have a strong heart because I was so scared that I could have gotten a heart attack then. And then lucky there was someone, or where my two friends went to that cell, there was someone from Eden Park and he was already esteemed there in the trial. So they knew him, he was there for a while, and then he sent a message to say, hey, there's my lady there. Do you understand? But I was still scared. So he sent sheets for me. and everything. That time there was no scaffolds, it was still popamtende.
Yeah.
So they gave me one sponge from Hlati. So I was sleeping in the B side of the Hlati.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least where the Hlati finish just before
Yeah.
you go into China, I was sleeping there. So lucky for me. Hey, but then Twalas.
They were speaking in tongues. Chief.
Hey, they were speaking in tongues. And they're saying when you come in, you have fresh blood. Hey,
Yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it.
You know, someone said something about this Ntwalas they're in prison. Sometimes you don't even see what's biting you.
Yeah.
The Ntwala could be there. They are saying, no, it bites with the cable.
That thing is demonic.
Yeah.
Ntwala is demonic. Ntwala is the first thing that takes you from a place that you cannot find it. You will undress yourself and look for it, but you won't find it. Once you dress yourself again, it's biting. Yeah. We were in Boksburg for about 7 days.
Mhm.
And then we went back to court, and the family spoke to the person, and he took money and he withdrew the case. But now I was stigmatized. I had a label on.
Yeah.
You see, once you went to prison, and you come out, you survived, a certain group of people sees you and they push you. I can almost say they create someone they want out of you
Yeah.
by just standing there.
Yeah.
And because you don't notice what is happening around you, you fall into that trap. And I was one of the people that fell into that trap. It wasn't long. I think it was about 6 months later. I was arrested again, and when I came to Boksburg, the same guy that was there the previous time that looked after me, he took me now. And so my family was there, they gave me cigarettes and stuff. And so he took it and he took me to his cell. It was okay. So now I'm seeing a different perspective of prison. I'm sitting with the boss and everyone else are minions. This guy, when he says, hey, come do this, everyone is jumping and I'm taking advantage of that. I'm also these small ones. I'm also telling them, hey, come pick up these things here. Do you understand? Then I went out. Exactly a year later, I was in a situation where I accidentally we had a fight. We are a group of friends, so we broke up. So there was just the three of us that stuck together, and then we had an argument with these friends of ours. We hijacked the car. I was already into hijacking now. We hijacked the car, and according to these people, that's why we broke up. There was money under the seat. You understand? And so, according to them, we took that money. There's this shop there in Eden Park, James by James. Every Friday, Saturday, the Blom is there. Everyone is there. So we were parking there, and they came. When they came, they wanted to fight, and my friends knows me. I know my friends. They said we're coming back. I know these people they are going to fetch a gun. So we decided to leave from James and go to Club 527. Do you understand? So we went there into the parking into reverse, and now we are playing with this space vector here in the car, and one of my friends is sitting in the passenger seat. He reclined the seat onto the back seat, so he was almost like he's laying flat
Against the back. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the driver, and I'm sitting behind the driver. And so here, this people are coming, but I can see one of them, he has a pistol in his hand. You understand? So I'm telling myself, what I gonna do now? I know them. I've been spinning with them. I know them. They are Kandashisa. They are going to come here and shoot us. So I want to breach the gun without Champisa. And then the gun went off. And as he went off, I hit my friend through the head. And I'm screaming, hey, brah, start the car. We went to the hospital.
Aish.
To Natal spread. And uh, about an hour later, he succumbed to that wound. So,
Aish.
hey, it was difficult, me, brah.
Ah.
Hey, it was difficult. So, unfortunately, the person that was with me contacted the family of this person, and he told them that those guys shot this
Ai, son.
person, and they came, and when they came, they killed one of these people. They were also sitting in the car. They didn't even realize because they thought we were spinning and driving out because they came. So they didn't even realize that what just happened. You understand? So they went to sit in their car parked in front of one of their yards, and these people came and they shot them while sitting in the car. Uh, one was shot multiple times and he died there on the scene.
So who are these people now? When you say these people came, is it police? Is it
No, the
community?
family
of
of
them. Yeah.
the person that I
They are
accidentally shot.
retaliating now
Do you
because of the
understand?
information they got.
Because of the information they got.
It's a whole mess, Chief.
And now
So,
it's a mess.
mistaken identity. This
Mistaken
is false alarm, left and
phones
right.
yeah. I this thing happened about I shot my friend about 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. And I'm dizzy now. Came from the hospital, he died. So when I came, this friend left me there by the hospital, by the way, do you understand? So because I'm dizzy, I'm in a trance, I can't believe what happened. I don't know what to do. I walked from Natal Spirit to Eden Park. And when I came into Eden Park, I met some people actually. They told me that, hey, those friends of yours, they were shot there. And unknowingly, I'm going there to the scene. And lucky someone stops me at the corner. It's a few, maybe 2, 3 houses away, but it's just around the corner. That person say, hey, where you going? They said, they say, you shot them. Where you going? Hey, they're going to kill you if you go there. So now I'm scared. I'm scared shitless. I ran home, tried to explain it to my family, but now you cannot relay what exactly happened. I'm jumping around. And my mother says, no, the only thing that you can do now, if it happened the way that you say it happened, go to the police station and give hand yourself
Hand
over.
yourself over. Yeah.
So I did that. I didn't apply for bail. And I got a lawyer, and I explained to the lawyer that I don't want you to defend me because this thing happened. Uh, they went for a deal. I went to make a
Plea bargain.
confession statement in
Yeah.
front of a magistrate, and they sentenced me to 5 years direct imprisonment.
Yeah.
So now I'm going that side.
Oh, so let's label it so that we're getting it clear. Was this a culpable homicide or
Yeah, it
they
was
charged you
culpable
for
homicide.
murder?
No,
Okay.
they charged me for culpable homicide
Okay.
for the fact that directly when the shot went off, we went to the hospital, and I waited. I got the news that the person has died at the hospital. So that was the statement that I gave them. So they said no, it can't be murder. It is
Culpable homicide.
culpable homicide, and I
Yeah.
was charged with culpable homicide.
So at that time, because your friend gave people a missed signal
Yes.
to say we were attacked, so we're actually retaliating. So
Yeah.
this was, it's like the bullet has ricocheted. Someone
Yeah.
was shot mistakenly.
Yeah.
So what happened to that? Because remember, in the township, we've got so many versions of the story. So I
Yeah.
want to understand now the
Yeah.
version that's the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah. So I didn't hide it.
Yeah.
I said what happened. We were playing with the gun. The gun was by me. In the gun, there was nothing in the chamber.
Yeah.
And I saw these people coming. We all saw them in the car. They were coming. I know them, so I thought they were coming to shoot us. So I wanted to breach the gun and my finger was on the trigger, and but the brother of the deceased, my friend that I shot, he was also arrested, and we were together in the box. He was accused number 2, but he was charged with murder and attempted murder, and I was charged. In fact, at first I was charged with double murder and attempted murder. Do you understand?
But why is it now double? There was one person in the car. So
Because
now
now,
they linked.
yeah,
Were the cases linked at the later stage?
yeah, no. At first it was linked. First it was linked. I don't know what Haynes did. Haynes was in fact. Haynes was
Hey, Muna, the investigator was Captain Haynes.
yeah.
Oh, Captain, a good friend of mine. Hey, man, that guy took so many people to prison.
He took a lot.
Whoever wants to know good who's Captain Haynes, the
Yeah,
guy
Haynes.
actually who collapsed, Umashwabana, the king of bling
Yes.
in Pretoria. He was the guy who was investigating case Kamashwabana, but he's a good fellow. And now he has handed over the rings of power, my man. He's no longer a
Yeah,
top cop. He's a private investigator.
private.
Salute, Captain Haynes. Big up to you, sir. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So the Haynes had my case. So the other investigator, I don't know what they tried, but when they brought accused number 2, they charged me with his charges. So because they said I shot this person and I fetched him, and we shot the other people. Do you understand? So the story, even in the community and even at the police station was whoever shot this person, as a friend you went to fetch the family. So because we were 2 friends in the car, they thought it was me, the person that shot this, because I wanted to evade and run away from what happened here. So they charged us, but I think it was 4 or 5 months later, uh, the the confession statement came out in court, because the confession statement was nowhere to be found now, and I was standing trial for double murder and attempted murder, and I was pressing that now, man. I know nothing of that.
Yeah.
I'm confessing on this.
Yeah.
Yes, and
So where is the confession statement coming from?
Heinz brought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's why I'm saying there
Who
was a mix up.
consent on that statement, on that confession statement?
The magistrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was belonging to who? Someone
was mine.
confessing. That was you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was my confession
Oh,
statement.
you did? Okay,
Yeah.
you're acknowledging
Yeah.
the car situation.
Yeah, the car
Not the
situation,
other
not the
different
other.
scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
couldn't say anything about that situation because
know
I was not
nothing.
there.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was sentenced. He was exonerated
Yeah.
on all charges, and I was sentenced for this culpable homicide, and I went to Boksburg. And I saw a totally different side again to prison.
Yeah.
Because now I'm in a place where the easiest way to explain the difference was, you are coming from a place where you had privileges, now you are coming to a place where you had rights. Do you understand? But in fact, I was coming to a place where
privilege exists, no right.
Yeah. But it was so corrupted. You had to be corrupted in either way you were going to be corrupted.
Yeah.
So I met people. I met people from different locations, and that time Ngonde Bafo was the minister of correctional service, and I was supposed to do 2 years 6 months. In about 2 years and 1 month into my sentence, he gave us Ngauza. So the Ngauza kicked me out, but it kicked out a lot of people the same time, and some of these people were my friends. So now we all went home on the same day, and we kept in contact. We kept in touch, and I started to take this doing crime thing very seriously.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And
graduated.
yeah, I graduated, and the friends that I had in Eden Park were not doing crime. They were blooming, they had nice coffees and things, and there was ecstasies. So I was now the one supplying the money. I always had money. I always bought booze, and and from ecstasies I started to do kid. I started
Oh,
snuffing.
this is when now you were hardcore introduced now into hardcore
Yeah.
drugs and
Yeah. So now I became a drug addict, but
yeah.
it took me about 15 years.
Mhm.
Yes, it took me about 15 years before I could acknowledge, or not even acknowledge, before I realized that now I'm rock bottom. Now I'm an addict. Because the thing, drug is like a cancer. It
Yeah.
is not a problem up until you realize that you have it.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Drugs is like a pregnant woman. There's no problem up until
Mm.
the tummy comes out. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So for about 15 years, it was not a problem. I could sustain
Mm.
buying drugs, doing drugs. Do you understand? And now, 15 years into doing drugs, I have depleted all resources.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
Now I can go to Josie, and when I get something, a doula in the car,
Mm.
in the hijacking, I can filter it because I'm thinking about my addiction now. Do you understand? So
Yes.
now I'm going to Josie with two or three different crews in the day. I was greedy. You understand? And then I got arrested again. Uh, and I
You're
came.
riding on all the steamers now. Whoever is going to Jozi, you are there.
Yeah, I'm there. Uh, Prison and drugs was now my personality.
Yeah.
So I was spending more time in prison, and when I'm not in prison, I'm high.
Yeah.
I had children. I had two children, two daughters already, but I was never there for them. I didn't have time to be a father. I
Yeah.
was too busy being someone who's going up and down to prison, and someone who is a drug addict. And so they we had this crew in Funny.
Yeah.
This crew from 2002, they broke up, where the one was shot
Yeah.
and survived in the car, and the other one who went to tell the family of the person that I shot.
Mm.
We came together again, and we were a crew again, and we were a very, very, very strong.
The brother of the deceased, where is he now in all of this?
Since he was exonerated, I never heard nothing from him again.
Yeah. Okay, but let's talk about the tension and the families. What really now was the undertaking? Because people, they always find a way of fighting back,
Yeah.
getting back at you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about you guys and the culture in terms of bewitching people with witchcraft and all of that.
Ah. Uh, I think I'm not going to mention
Yeah, the
names
Yeah,
anyway,
please.
but I think one of the friends is your friend. Not I think I heard you mentioning his name.
Yeah.
Is one of your friends. So the person that I saw showed the deceased.
Mhm.
He was from Kasi. You
Mhm.
understand? So when I got released from prison, uh, my mother took me
Mhm.
to their house, and I was of a mindset that even if they're going to kill me also, but I need to go and see that man's mother. She knew me, and I needed
Mm.
to
A
explain to
noble
her,
thing.
yeah, that no, this was really an accident. This was an accident.
Tell us about that meeting, Chief. This is very sensitive for me
Yeah.
because I deal with issues of justice and I know how it feels. So that day when you decided to say, I'm going to that family,
I didn't find
the
them at
aura
home.
in the room. Mm.
Uh, but my mother going up and down to the hospital. One day she met with this old lady, and this old lady came to my house. But and the day she came to my house, I was not there. I was already deep into my addiction then.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's years later that she came, that they met, and she came to my house. But it still had the same effect. So they had to go and look for me. I think my brother went to look for me that day.
Mm.
They found me and they brought me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So she felt pity for me, because
Mm.
what I didn't know then, what
Mhm.
she understood was maybe the effect of what happened
Yeah.
made me become this person, because now I was unrecognizable. I was flat out. I was rock bottom. Do you understand? But
Yeah.
I remember her saying that in order for her to be in order to heal, she had to forgive me.
Mm.
Do you understand? Because now she cannot, she's keeping a grudge against someone and it's doing nothing to me. It's hurting her.
Mm.
Yeah, I think she said that, not in so many words, but that was what she meant.
Mm.
And for a very long time, I wanted to meet his child,
Mm.
but for the sake of letting things rest, I
Mm.
said no. Uh, Let me rather try and do good.
Yeah.
Let me rather try and protect other boys like me
Yeah.
from falling in
Into this trap.
situations
Yeah.
like this. Do you understand?
Mm. 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 So in that family, so the only one that stood for the situation was the mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I never met up with the brother or
Yeah.
any of the other family members again. Once I was before I got arrested
Mm.
and sentenced with my last sentence. Now
Yeah.
I met them at a garage there in Spruit,
Yeah.
and but there was no issue. There was no issue. Do you
Yeah.
understand? By then, I met a lot of people from Spruit. That were spinning, and so
Mm.
I think they brought a sense of peace to that
Yeah.
situation also.
Is it?
Yes.
I just want to talk to any young person there at home who's living with this guilt, because a lot of people you regret for the rest of your life until you go to the grave. So there is somewhat that energy that you applied, which is a positive energy, for you to be able to be vertical today, above the ground. And you had said, I'll put my best foot forward. I am not looking back and I want to change. Living with the addiction for 15 years, it's no small feat, Chief.
Yes.
So I want to understand that strength, the ability. Where did you get that? Because I always invite young people. I'm not sure they don't have order. I call them to come here. They're not here to sit in their rooms and stuff. They must watch here so that we understand what's going on. These are real issues that affect real people. I spoke to Sis Cindy, if you know her. A lot of people don't know her with regards to that case of Flaba.
Yeah.
So when she explained, she came to my office and sent him, sat down, we had a conversation. She had said, it's for the first time, I am speaking to someone not related to the situation in any way. Thank you, Themba, thanks for allowing me into your own space. And I can tell that you are pure at heart and you are not judging in this situation. So I was asking her, Uguti, now the people who are affected, in this situation, particularly the mother of the deceased, the mother of Flaba, what did she say to her? She had said, "Hey, man, look, there was a twist in the story. In as much as it was a hectic situation, still bad, we're still regretting about certain things. The mom fought, with me. And she asked a very simple question, Uguti, Chief, or when she went to visit to Cindy, they asked her in prison, Uguti, what is your wish list? She said, among everything else, I would wish to meet, Umama Gaflab. So they wrote to the mom. Mom came. It was a birthday. She says that was the best, birthday gift ever. When she got into the room, she looked at Cindy straight in the eye and said, Cindy, and then you look like a mess. Why would you do yourself like this? What happened to you? Cindy, what? No, man. I mean, I was living with guilt, with regret. Uti, she was very furious and said, Chief, you must live your life. I understand. A mistake, mistake. We can no longer change that past. We can only change and influence the future. From today, pick yourself up. You have lost weight, and she said there was a sigh of relief. In as much as the media at that time was coming out gun blazing, people were saying, "Hey, when you are nonsensical, stop with your rubbish." But when I spoke to her, I could tell, even in that, meeting room of ours, she broke down and cried and said, "As a Skeem, if I could change Lento, I would have, When she went to that interview, G, and then she had just, gotten reintegrated. And it was more of a trap because I was called by the producer and I said, okay, I will speak to Cindy for Cindy to come Yes, yes. When she got there, she was overwhelmed. You know, people they were asking things that she did not expect. She was not prepared, and then she started. You know, she was all over the show. That's why people came hard on her like a ton of bricks. But anyway, I just had to clear that. But I want to understand from you, someone who's living with that guilt. How do we deal with the issue? And then you'll tie it up with the drug issue as well, because we've got young people who are thinking this thing is fashionable. The feeling of drugs when you are trapped in that dark hole.
I had to make peace. I had to make peace with myself. I had to forgive myself. But now, you hear it everywhere. People say it, and people they say it easily. Forgive yourself. Forget about it. It is not that easy, especially if the issue is the only thing in your mind. So anything else comes to your mind, but when that everything else is retiring, the main issue is coming back. It is like when they're saying the elephant in the room. Okay, so I had to become sober. So in 2017, I got arrested, rearrested. Uh, and 2 months later, I got sentenced because I had a case that I ran away from for almost 10 years, a hijacking case, and my co-accused was already sentenced. He's finished with his sentence, and they found me on the system. 2 months later, I was sentenced. So now I was staying in further charge. And further charge in Boksburg, I hear they saying that Paulsmoor and whatever prison are dangerous prisons. Further charge in Boksburg prison,
It's hell, bro.
it's hell.
I was marked there. I spent about 8 months in Feather Church. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The most dangerous place to be. So when I came there, I'm a RAF 3, I'm a Air Force 3, and I have a gunya. So when I came there was no gunya there. So I was the gunya. So I had the opportunity to either change the concept of the number or push the same mandate that I got from the beginning. And I changed it. When I wanted something to be done, I go out.
Mm.
Do you understand?
You're
So
not sending the soldiers.
without sending the soldiers. So the soldiers will come behind me. Do you understand? If I want someone, we must shine logo, I'm going to hit. And then they will hit after. If I want to step someone, I'm going to step. And they must step. So one day, there was this member. But this member is pressing me, man. From I came there.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has against me. And I decide, this one, he must fall.
I'm hitting
You
him hard.
understand? Yeah. So there was a situation where 26 and 28 were fighting, and I heard about it. I heard 26 was going to overpower 28 now. You see, between in the courtyard, when they come from the front passage going to the back passage where
Yeah.
the draft people are staying. So I was staying there at the back. And then it happened. Running around, it was rough. When the Khatas came to run in, that bastard that I was waiting for, he came in second. So I was standing next to the door and I pushed my thing into his chest. He fell. I ran to the cell. But you know how it is in prison. Someone saw. You understand? Jiggy Jiggy 8, all the Khatas. They forget now about the 26 and 28. They came to me. He blocks me. They take me to Kuluguts. Do you understand? Already I was sober. After stabbing this guy, I was sober. But now, while I was in isolation, and you know what they do when they put you in isolation? They put you with cuffs. Yeah, cuffs and short steps. No mattress, no sheets, nothing. Do you understand? And it's cold in there. So I had time to think. The next day, when they came with food, I said, I don't want it. But I was not on hunger strike. It was the pains. I wanted pain meds. Okay, eventually, my 30 days came very fast. I came out. They charged me, but that case just disappeared. And then I went to talk to the Schata because now they transferred him to another section. I went to that section. I went to talk to him. I gave him something. He said, even if there's going to be a case, I'm not going to pursue a case. Okay, it's fine. So now I had
Yeah, Muna, you almost killed that person.
Yeah, I almost killed that person. I know. In I have remorse.
Was it for the love of money? No, I'm just directing
No.
this to him. Was it for
No.
the love of money, or was it because he was just a good person?
He's a good person.
When are you attacked?
Yeah.
You know, obviously against the
Yeah.
perspective, you were just
Themba, you are
assuming.
coming from prison. You know how it works in prison. Anyone who is strict, anyone who is according
He's
to
an enemy, chief.
yeah, he's an enemy to the bandit.
Mm.
Do you understand? So he was my enemy, this guy, because of he was standing in the way of things that I was doing.
Mhm.
Every time when someone was bringing my things, he was there. 5 minutes, they are coming to search me. Do you understand? So man, why are you here? Even that guy there is selling dacha. That guy has got knives. They've got phones. Why always
But
you
you're on
come
my
to me?
case. Mm.
Do you understand? For that reason. But and then as time went on, in 2020, I was in a very, very, very deep hole. I hear the saying it's depression, but I can't self-prognose. Do you understand? I didn't have. I don't. I also don't want to speak depression over me. Uh, I was just in a deep hole. And according to what I understand now, it was an attack from the devil, because now I think the devil understood that I'm losing a great soldier in this, man. My mind has changed about drugs already. I knew that if I stepped out of this place, that I'm not going to do drugs. I divorced my friends that I had. The gun that I had, I sold it while I was in prison. So I had nothing that could take me back to
Connect you to the former life.
okay. So 2020 December 24, I don't know. I don't know. Christmas Eve, I woke up with anger, man. I had anger. And I was working in the I was the cooker for the khatas. But so everything was smooth. I had everything was nice. I got visit. But that day, hey man, I don't know what happened. I was forcing now the head of prison, the head of section, to take me to the head of prison, because according to me, one of these members had a problem with me, and I just wanted to tell. I said it like this: I want to go and tell your boss to tell you to stay away from me. Do you understand? Because he was standing in the way of my business, of everything. Do you understand? Okay, so Paga, I went to push the trolley down so no one can Paga now. Do you understand? The cooker just picked up the trolley and he left. So no one
When
ate.
it's a big case in prison, chief.
Yeah,
Spilling the food.
spilling the food.
Chief.
Okay, so the head of section decided, nah, okay. He asked two members to escort me to the head of prison. So you know how it works. When we come there into the passage, you must stand in the passage. They go into the office and they explain first. So these two members, what they explain to the head of prison there, when he comes out, the first thing, I'm not going to be dictated by you. You're not going to make rules in this prison. And
Who was the head at the time? Do you still remember him?
now
In Boxback?
In Boxback. Before
Ranamane
Smith.
or before Smith, it's Lucky Mapena. It's either it's
Yeah,
Smith, it's Mapena.
it's Mabena. Yeah, it's Mabena.
Lucky
With
Mapena.
Mkwanazi is
When
the
I left in 20, Mapena took over.
yeah, Mabena. So I'm saying, but chief, you're not giving me a chance. You don't know why I'm you're screaming. So the level where I am already, I've got no respect for no one now. I'm telling myself, if I can get these gunyas, I'm going to be the last number. That's where my mindset is now.
You're delusional, chief.
Yeah. So lucky, I think because they know me, they know they took me. And he told them, yeah, he can even go and burn down the cell. He's not going to dictate. That was the words that he left me with. So down the passage, I was furious. They are trying to calm me down. I say, hey, fuck you, don't talk to me. So you see, when you come out from hospital.
Yeah.
The hospital
The
gate.
T junction, yeah.
Yeah, the T junction
Yeah.
hospital and B section.
Yeah.
In that passage there.
Hey, Mona, you can smell the kitchen there.
Yeah.
It's right next to that hall there.
Yeah, there's no one there. I broke a window there. I chased them. Hey, I chased them. I want to stab one of them. Do you understand? I'm furious. I didn't get what I wanted.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So on the two ways, they are screaming. Those people from A section came out, running with tongue
B-Max, A
fast.
section, yeah.
Yeah, everyone is coming now. So when I see them, I surrender. I went on my knees and I threw the glass down. Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey, Pawela, what's wrong? They got me back to the cell. So the person that is staying with me in the cell, so it was 2 or 3 weeks prior to this. Already he saw that, hey, this
anger.
guy.
Yeah.
So and he's a France. He doesn't have the number, so he left. He went to the office and told them, hey, I can't stay with this man. I'm scared. So I'm alone in my cell.
Yeah.
It's in the heart of COVID. Like I'm saying, I'm working in the kitchen, so I have access to everything. I bring bottles and bottles of sanitizer to my cell every day, just to be sure that COVID won't touch me. And these things is 100%. So something tells me, hey man, burn down the cell. They locked they locked me in the cell. Something tells me, hey, burn down the cell. I take the extension cord. I break down the plug where the plugs come into, and I strip the wires. So you know that hole,
Yeah.
the earth hole,
Mhm.
yeah, with the piece of nsimbi like that. So I put the negative on there, and on the door I put the positive, and
You're
I
a
put it
MacGyver
into
now.
the plug. You understand? So whoever is going to open is going to shock.
It's happening, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I take all the sponge. I had 2 sponges. I take the sponges, the clothes, everything there. I dose it. The first thing I did, you know, they only locked the grill, not the giant.
Yeah.
So I called the other cleaner. I gave him my TV through the grill. I gave him my phone, the
essentials.
speaker box, everything. Yeah, that is
That's
essential.
important. Yeah.
I gave it to them. And I lied. Poof. Yeah, I was never so scared.
Hey, Mona, you're going to die, Mona.
Yo. So the first time I came to prison, I was scared.
Yeah.
But today is the very first time that I really come into contact with death.
Yo.
There is no way out. I didn't know what they were talking about when they were talking about the devil and fire. So fire has life in it. I got an idea. There was a blanket they didn't burn. So lucky the prison toilets, it flushes one way. Yeah. So when you flush, you don't have to wait for it to fill up. So it flushes one way. So I blocked the toilet with the high with one piece of it, and I held onto one piece. So I was
Fire extinguisher now.
flushing. Yeah. Then I closed myself with it. So now remember, the door is blocked.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a movie, Chief. It's like it's
There's
a
a kata
script.
coming. So the first responder came. He tried to unlock the door, and it's wet, and then he shocked, and the power tripped. So me laying here, the only thing I'm hearing the pandit hitting the door, and someone is screaming, "Hey, get the key from the khata!" And you know the key is 2 years down. If you can get the key,
Hey,
you understand. The khata is out on the floor now because I don't know how
844
hard.
and 84. Hey, those are important keys.
44 and
Chief.
84.
Aish.
You get 2 years down on your sentence. Do you understand? So they want the key, but the way the khata is laying, no one can get access to the key up until help
The
came.
khatas. Yeah.
Yeah. A while later, they opened up the cell, and someone came in with fire extinguishers, and they killed the
Extinguish
fire.
Yeah.
I didn't burn Themba. Not one mark that shows. So it is unbelievable for people
Yo.
to believe that I was in a fire. The only thing that is left as proof is the records of prison.
Yeah.
Do you
The
understand?
pictures and stuff.
Yeah, and my mother.
Imagining Thabo Besta's cell, my man.
Yeah. And I always say, I Thabo Bester is a copycat because it maybe hurt that we did it in Boxburg. Do you
My
understand?
friend, he bent down. He died Fate, in prison.
Yeah.
Utebza. When we went
Yeah.
there, we tried to take him out, and then that hand was coming out like a
Yeah.
glove, the skin.
Yeah.
Yes, that's chief.
So that was my awakening call. That was where
U10.
I saw the end of God.
Yeah.
That was where I knew that this must be grace.
Yeah.
This can't be anything else. This is going to be my testimony. I'm going to save someone's life with this testimony. Coming 22 years with drugs, when I calculate all the times that I spent behind bars, it is about 17 years and 9 months of my life that I spent behind bars. So in and out for 17 years. For 17 years, I could have achieved anything. And I'm coming back to a community where I'm going to be stigmatized for being someone that came from prison already. I am a drug addict, and you already know that if you are a drug addict, you are a certain elite of being. So you cannot be here when you are a drug addict, you're down there. So now I'm a drug addict and I'm coming from prison. I'm going to fit in nowhere. So I think God gave me that grace. He allowed me to go through all this so that if someone else is going to sit here and hear and listen to my story, and someone is going to hear that a young boy, a white in complexion young boy in prison is automatically someone's wife, and you are going to be raped in prison. Prison is real. Prison scars you. Prison creates people like me. Because if I was just a drug addict and I never went to prison, maybe I would have stopped using drugs a long time ago. But everything I see in prison, every time I come back, I can be clean for 7 months when I'm in prison or for 2 years. But the very same day that I come out of prison, I go to Snyman.
Yes, this is only the beginning of the story. I think deliberately we are going to cut it here so that we have a second coming. You have a great testimony, Chief. Now, we spoke about the dark side. We want to see God taking out from the darkness, the deep hole. I mean, we call it a pit. In prison, when I wrote my book, I gave this pit now another abbreviation. I said, I'm a prophet in training. So now you were in that pit, you came out, you saw the light. We want you to pass on the baton or the baton to other people who are still living, with the very same demons that you're struggling with. This says against the wall. You gave us something, nothing but the best vandag. So look out for more. There's going to be a second coming. Already the comments are going to be flooding, Chief. They're going to be saying, hey, Mona, we can't wait. We want that, man. We want more. I think your story deserves another airtime. So keep well and stay blessed. We enjoy. We love seeing you. We love it when you are engaging and talking to us. Tell us where we can improve. And we know they've got nothing to say because they are angry with themselves. We cannot change this past. We can only change and influence the future. While we're influencing the future, please come with us on Against the Wall. See you on the next episode. It's a Sunday. Awuphi abanye bayodla ikala ngithi abanye bayodla umthendeleko abanye bayodla umoya engcwele sidla umoya engcwele chief. Yeah, all right. But guys, singakhohlwa ke to like and subscribe. This community has to grow. We are on the road to 100,000. Ngivalile mina chief. Thank you.